Let's see. I'll find out in a minute. Let's see. So how's it going with the diet? Well, my daily diet, let me tell you it. Very predictable. I'll go by the time I go to sleep. So I go to sleep around 9 to 10 p.m. The reason I go to sleep so early is because I wake up at 6 a.m. So by the time we get to 8, 9, I'm knackered. Now my sleeping on keto diet, I'm mainly carnivore by the way, but my sleeping on carnivore diet with a little bit of keto, some people call it ketovore. Hi Jean, we're going to talk about the diet. So my sleeping has really improved. Like we're talking, I have had insomnia my whole life. I never got used to it. I had different methods to try and help me sleep. I would try and blank my mind. Hi Desiree, we're talking about the keto diet, the carnivore diet. So, and my sleeping problem. I really did struggle sleeping before I started carnivore diet, keto diet, yeah? Now, when I did the carnivore diet, the keto diet, obviously Dr. Ken Berry is my go-to on YouTube. Please look him up. I never thought it was going to affect my sleep. The reason I went on the carnivore diet is to lose weight, to lose my tummy. I have no tummy. I've got a little tiny tummy, but you know, I don't have a six-pack or anything, but my tummy's pretty good for my age. I'm nearly 58. I think my weight is very low, I think. I'm 11 stone 6. I think that's a very good weight for me, but I still get a little bit of a pot belly, a little bit. It's more bloating. Yeah, Desiree, the sleeping, yeah. So I did the diet to lose my tummy. That is the main reason. I had been told by my doctor that I was pre-diabetic, so my blood sugars were too high. So I started this diet. I stumbled on it by mistake. Let me just tell you how I found the diet. I've just realized something. My brother had phoned me, my twin brother, saying that he felt I was unwell looking, that I needed to lose weight, that my stomach was getting too big, my face had got quite fat, I just didn't look well. So he said, coincidentally said to me, my wife has started fasting. I didn't know anything about fasting. I'd always thought fasting was a religious thing. I never thought of it as a way of dieting. I never thought of it as a health benefit, because people automatically assume that if you starve yourself, that you'll have low energy, that it's bad for you. People automatically think that fasting is either a religious thing or it's just bad for you. I'm gonna let the dogs go. Right, let's let the dogs off. Okay, dogs are off, guys. It's a bit chilly, but we're gonna do this during the day. So yeah, right. So Desiree, do you fast at all? Can I ask you? Do you understand fasting? So when my brother told me about fasting, Jean, do you know what fasting is? When my brother told me about fasting, I thought it was a bit weird. I was like, fasting? What's that? Do you have to starve yourself? I thought it was a bit crazy, a bit nuts. When my brother was saying, oh, my wife fasts, she does 24-hour fast, she does 48-hour fast, I started saying to him, that can't be good. Yeah, you do. I was saying to my brother, fasting, you can't do that. You need food for energy. How is that going to help you? So I started Googling fasting to try and understand it. And I reckon this is how I found Dr. Ken Berry. Dr. Ken Berry, to me, is the #1 carnivore diet, keto diet doctor in the world. He has 3.5 million subscribers. He's saved hundreds of thousands of lives. Dr. Ken Berry. He has a beautiful wife called Nisha that helps him, and she has her own channel as well. So anyway, I started looking up fasting. God, this wind is bloody blowing my hair about. Sorry guys, it's windy. So I started looking up fasting, and then I came across Dr. Ken Berry, and I started learning about fasting. So this thing where if you starve yourself, you are weak, turns out to be bullshit. Fasting turns out to be a very natural thing. That our human bodies, going back hundreds of thousands of years, even millions of years ago, fasting was a good thing. It was a very normal thing. So we would hunt animals, you know, fatty meat and eggs, water. And when it was hard, when hunting was hard, and we couldn't get any, sometimes we would scavenge animals that had been killed by larger animals. So when there was no food, the human body had adapted through evolution to fast and eat the fat of its own body. Ketosis, look up the word ketosis. So what I started understanding, that it says that the human body works even better, has even better energy when it's fasting, when it's eating its own fat, it's eating its own flesh. The human body gets all of the goodness that it needs from the fats stored in the body. The human body is actually designed to fast. The human body works better when it's fasting. Even curing illnesses, lowering blood pressure, lowering blood sugars, even repairing cells. This is what I started to learn. That when you fast, oh, the dogs have disappeared. When you fast, your body starts repairing itself. You also give your digestive system, your colon, a time to repair and regenerate, to fix itself. It even boosts your immune system. So I started understanding that fasting is a very, very healthy thing to do. It fixes your problems. And if you fast for long enough, not only do you repair damaged cells, if you fast for longer, you even replace damaged cells. You can either repair them or replace them. The longer you fast, you can actually your body actually replaces the cells, fixes your body, even curing cancer, fully healing your colon. Things like ulcerative colitis, IBS, IBD, Crohn's. Massively reducing your blood sugars and your blood pressure. Fasting turned out to be a very good thing. Well, when I first found out about it, it scared me. I was worried about having low energy. Now, why was I like that? Because we have been conditioned, the human race, the human body, through advertising campaigns, hi Frederick, we have been conditioned to think that we have to graze like a cow. We have to constantly eat to have energy 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day. We actually think that we need to keep topping up our energy. It's total bullshit. It's not true. It's doing a lot of harm. Every time you eat, you get an insulin spike. Insulin is not good for you. Insulin actually causes damage. So the more times you eat, the more times your body releases insulin, it causes damage to your body. So the less times you eat a day, the better for your health. There's a thing called insulin resistance. Let's just get the dog. Insulin resistance. It's basically when your body stops working properly because you're filling it with sugar and carbs. You're overeating bad foods. Starchy carbs, potatoes, pasta, rice, crisps, donuts, cakes, sweets, chocolate. You get it? You're constantly snacking. You're constantly snacking. Yeah? So you're overloading your body. Your body can't keep up with the remember, many of these foods are converted to sugar in your body. Some foods, as soon as you put them in your mouth, almost immediately become sugar. Right, let me just get Princess. This is called insulin resistance. Look it up, guys. A lot of damage is caused because at this point, you can get very sick. This is also type 2 diabetes, a very preventable illness if you eat the right foods. If you eat fatty meat and eggs and salt and massively reduce your carb intake, you can reverse type 2 diabetes. Seriously, guys, I was chatting with someone on the beach the other day that was overweight, that was type 2 diabetic, that looked very unwell, only about 35 years old, just the other day. And when I started saying to them, you do know you can reverse your type 2 diabetes, they didn't believe me. They were like, oh no, you know, I've got it now, you know, my body, I must have been born with it or something, you know, there's nothing I can do. And I said to them, no, your type 2 diabetes is caused by what you eat. You are what you eat, yeah? I said, you do know that if you reduce your carbs by about 80%, start eating fatty meat and eggs, bit of salt, bit of water, butter, stop eating all sugars. Sugar is poison. Stop all the vegetable oils, the canola oils, the rapeseed oils, stop the margarines. I said, you do know if you do all that, within months you won't be type 2 diabetes. And then I said to him, are you injecting insulin? So he lifted up his t-shirt and showed me his tummy where he injects the insulin. Remember, insulin is bad for you. You guys think, oh yeah, inject insulin, it'll... Sorry guys, that was my brother phoning me. I guess I lost you. You didn't lose, Deborah, you didn't lose me. My brother phoned me. Are you getting me now? So this is my point, guys. It's all reversible. Can I have my bangers and mash? I'm in England. Well, you can have your bangers, but no mash. Potato is a very starchy vegetable. It just turns to sugar. It's pure sugar. It's okay, Deborah. Pure sugar. Potato is pure sugar. Potato is what caused my ulcerative colitis. Frederick, do you know what ulcerative colitis is? It's a horrible autoimmune illness. I had blisters throughout my colon that would bleed, leak mucus that would force me to go to the toilet 8 times a day. Potatoes caused my ulcerative colitis. I would say, if someone said to me now, what was the main cause of your ulcerative colitis, I would say 3 things. I would say sugar, I would say potato, and I would say pasta. Those 3 things made me very unwell, and I had it for 10 years. I was on very strong medication, very strong steroids. I was told by my doctor that I was going to have it for the rest of my life, that there was no cure. It was disgusting. I couldn't even leave the house. Frederick, I couldn't even leave the house. That's how bad I was. You imagine, I got a very young wife. I had children. I never knew for a second that the carnivore diet was going to cure me. I never knew for a second that stopping carbs, potatoes, pasta, rice, sugar, donuts, cakes, crisps, fizzy drinks, I never knew for a second that it was going to actually cure me of my ulcerative colitis. That was a bonus. I actually couldn't believe that it cured me. Yeah, of course. Frederick, that's a good point. That's a good point, Frederick. It's not everyone that gets the side effects from potatoes and pasta and rice and sugar that I do. It isn't everyone. Some people are completely fine with it. Some people are completely fine with potatoes, yeah? And pasta and rice. Not me, not me. But I will say this, there's a lot of people that are very unwell and they don't realise that they're unwell because of the food they're eating. The food they're eating. I would say 99% of illnesses are caused by the food you eat. Many people think that you catch an illness. You're born with an illness. You inherit an illness. It's a genetic pass down. Princess! That it's genetically passed down. Come on. It's not true, guys. Your illnesses come from what you eat. Your illnesses. Remember, I also had pre-diabetes, high blood sugar, high blood pressure. My doctor said, my doctor basically said, I'm going to be type 2 diabetic very soon. And there's nothing I can do about it. The only thing he said to me was, don't put sugar in your tea. That's all he said, nothing else. No mention of my diet. Remember, pasta and rice turns to sugar. Do you know that? Did you know that, Frederick? Pasta and rice turns to sugar in your body. A lot of people don't know that. Potato turns to sugar in your body. Bread turns to sugar in your body. Oh, thanks, Deborah. So basically, the number one lesson I learned was this. Become keto. So mainly fatty meat and eggs. A little bit of low carb veg and fruit, so strawberries, blackberries, a little bit of salad, that kind of stuff. 80 to 90% meat and eggs, and it fixed everything. I lost weight, I cured my pre-diabetes went away. Well done, Desiree. My blood pressure went back to normal, my blood sugars went back to normal. I was getting very bad dizzy spells. Like we're talking every week. Every now and then I'll get a little dizzy spell, but nothing like I used to get. We're talking, I was getting 3 a week, and they were so bad that I almost couldn't walk. I thought I was going to fall over. Now I get maybe 1 every few months, and it's not very strong. Now remember, I've had all my bloods done. I've had my blood pressure checked loads of times. I've also lost my weight, lost my tummy, regained my energy levels. I'm on no medication now. My ulcerative colitis has completely gone. I feel 20. I've got the best energy levels anyone could ever have. Yeah, my energy levels are like a horse. They're crazy. Yeah, I forgot. The number one thing that I love is I forgot my age. I have forgotten my age. So guys, I'm going to switch over to Elvis Presley long lost footage now, but I just want to say to you guys, do this diet, carnivore diet, keto diet. Look up Dr. Ken Berry, you won't regret it. So I'm moving over now to Elvis Presley long lost footage. Thanks, Frederick. I'm going to be on Elvis Presley long lost footage now. See you in 1 minute.